Hello, this is Tom,
And Dom from BlackToad Studios.
and welcome to this little chit chat.
Yep.
Chat and talk, whatever.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the news of Apocalypse and what Games Workshop have told us so far to date.
There's been quite a bit of news in the last 3 or 4 days, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff popping out. Obviously, we all knew this was coming because they announced it at the last big expo. But we're now getting a lot more detail as to what is actually going on. So we're getting a little bit excited.
Yeah, we are getting excited, I like to think. So it'll be interesting to see how it's going to work because in our previous video, of course, we kind of went through a little bit of what we knew then, but what we know now is different. Yes. So it could be quite exciting. We could see, obviously, how the game is going to play out.
Definitely. How
different it is going to be to current 40k, which is, I think, a nice thing. Nice difference.
Be interesting. I think we're good to try out a bit of a different play style. Obviously, they do claim that if you play 40k, you should pick up the rule set fairly easily, which is a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And obviously, I think there's a few key differences, obviously, as we've seen just by reading the few bits that have come out now.
Yes, so it looks like, of course, got alternative activation, which is quite interesting. Of course, you can see that in Kill Team already. When you play Kill Team, the individual models, of course, they alternate who activates.
Yeah.
And
I suppose there's one aspect I actually really like about Kill Team as well.
Yeah.
I think it gives you a chance to sort of use stuff a little bit more effectively against people that might be trying to kill your stuff very, very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. So in this, it is done by detachments.
Yeah.
So you'll have your detachment, your spearhead or whatever, and you activate them. They do their bits. Someone else does their bits, and at the end of the turn, as far as we can tell, you resolve the damage.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily just get wiped with your big fancy Titan that you've brought along.
Yeah. Or vice versa, all the little things. You might lose all your little things, like all your favourite commander might get blown off the face of the planet in about 2 seconds, which is never fun.
Exactly. And also what's quite interesting, if you think about the picking the damage last, you may not kill what you've targeted. So you might go, is this enough firepower? Is this too much? So it'd be quite interesting if you're going to go for the overkill, or you're going to hope the dice gods favour you.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so that could be quite cool.
As long as, of course, you don't sort of see what damage you've done beforehand. It depends on how it works out, damage, I presume. So
I think you'd take an educated guess and kind of go for a little bit more than
I think that'll make it more fun if they left it, if it's that way. Definitely, because you might not quite do enough and leave something on one wound.
Exactly. You can imagine your knight or your titan like just walking through the smoke from again. My void shields are still up. Come at me, bro. So that could be quite good.
I think so obviously, and then I think just moving on to that, they've obviously got 4 new stages of the battle now. So that you've got your initiative.
Yep. So you imagine it's like Kill Team. You'd have to roll for it.
Yeah, and then obviously you've got orders, which sounds like you're going to be able to issue actual orders to detachments and various other things to augment their abilities or effectiveness, I presume. So, and I think that goes along with command assets as well.
Yeah, but we've already seen Gilliman in the Space Marine one. He's got the ability to change the orders mid-turn. So it's quite interesting that obviously you have to do your orders first, work out what you want each detachment to do, and then if it's going a bit pear-shaped, Gilliman can do his thing and change an order, which is quite nice. I think you're probably going to see a lot of characters having that ability.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what the slightly less bigger like Space Marine or Chaos Marine characters get, the ones that aren't like the front page ones. I mean, like your like your Hellbricks or the Black Templar and stuff like that. I hope they'll have something. Probably won't be quite as grand, I have a suspicion, but and it'd be good to see even if like basic lords and stuff get stuff.
Yeah, I think we've already seen with the previews already that the psychic abilities have been extended for Apocalypse. So I imagine all our abilities as well will be extended. So your fancy new models and movement trays can have that ability.
I think we saw a couple that have gone up to 36-inch bubble range, which is that was one of the Chaos ones I think that got revealed the other day. And also I think the null zone's been increased.
Null zone's been
12 inches around the character that's got it. So,
so that's
that
good.
would involve that one having to be in combat, I presume, which is pretty pointless.
Get in there. Get to the front.
Be fine. Be fine. And then so obviously go back to the steps. They then have the action phase after the initiative phase, which is where I think essentially all of the dice rolling happens by the looks of it. So all of like the movement, the shooting, damage, combat, all happens in that phase for your detachment that you've chosen.
Yes.
So I think obviously the way I'm reading this, you would do that phase for all the units in the army first before you moved on to the damage in that case.
Yes.
That's how
you resolve
so,
everything there.
So all the orders were across all the detachments and all the action across all the detachments alternating by the looks of it, which I think is good because I think I must admit on our Apocalypse games it is a bit disappointing sometimes when you're watching someone for
slowly take apart your
hour,
army.
45 minutes, gradually ripping your stuff apart. But you just spent ages going, well, I'll just set that up. I'll just take it off the board then.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, nothing worse than seeing your fancy super heavies just being taken apart and just removed, gently back in the box that they've just come out of.
I don't even shut the boxes, to be fair.
No,
it's easy to just leave them on the table.
Pile them up.
Yeah.
More skulls for the
skull. Depends where we're playing though. At mine, I'll just throw them in the other room.
Yeah. So it looks quite interesting. It'll be interesting to compare it, a new Apocalypse game, to an old school 40k big Apocalypse game, and see how they match up.
Because actually, that's what we're going to do.
Yes, we are indeed.
We are going to do this.
Yeah. So we're going to have 2 games, and we are going to do old school 40k and Apocalypse, and then we'll have a verdict at the end.
Yeah.
And we'll come across like which we would prefer, the good and the bad for both.
And also, while we're on camera, we can ask this question: if we do that, I was pondering about possibly doing a more extended games where we film a bit more to obviously go into the whole detail of the battle.
Yep.
And have them slightly longer and maybe release them in a couple of parts for each one, just to make them a bit more interesting and a bit more in depth.
Okay.
But
yeah, we're gonna have a little pre-game.
Yeah, if you guys think that's a terrible idea, just say, and we won't bother, because obviously some of the things that people say about our videos is they're quite compact.
Yeah.
And the thing, but I thought for this particular occasion, it might be good to get a bit more in depth with what's going on, especially in the new version, obviously, because no one's going to have played that, so it'd be good to sort of go in a lot more detail.
Yeah. I'm more excited about getting a sleepover.
Ooh.
I don't think I'll be allowed.
Is that by me or?
Can't have a sleepover at school. But yeah, it'll be fun. We'll get our armies out, and we'll have a good smashing of faces.
I'm gonna probably guess Chaos versus Imperium. I think
maybe the Imperial Guard versus.
Oh, Imperial Guards.
Who knows?
It's all traitor guard for you anyway.
It's
so.
traitor Templars, traitor Scorpions,
traitor Scorpions,
loyal Guardsmen. Anyway, we digress.
A little bit. So there was a couple of little points that we did pick out while we were reading through all this stuff. They mentioned blast markers a few times. We think they mean little markers that you put next to units rather than big templates. So we were just because it wasn't quite clear, but we think that's what they mean.
Yeah, we assume it's going to be down to marker dice next to the model once it takes damage and you roll at the end, rather than bringing back the old plastic blast markers that we all don't miss. Let's face it, we don't miss them now. For 8th edition, so much easier than not having these discs everywhere that you do. So I think it'll be damage dice, and then you do them at the end of the turn. And then maybe when it's larger ones, obviously it might be a larger dice, like a D12.
We did see D12 and D6s in the back, so there's obviously both types.
Maybe even D20s, who knows?
Yeah, because obviously bringing on to the next point is the strength and the strength ratings are slightly changed because they're now going up to like 9+ or whatever.
Yes, so the weapon profiles now, you have strength versus personnel and strength versus tanks. So of course, if you're firing a las cannon at a tank, it's going to be really effective. At a troop, to be fair, be effective as well. Yeah. But at the same time, it's probably it's more of an anti-armor weapon than an anti-troop.
As it should be. That's kind of the point, especially in Apocalypse as well. Yeah. You wouldn't have it firing at the old Marine here.
No, exactly. Yeah, if you're firing at Marine, Apocalypse with a las cannon.
You're cleaning up.
You're doing it wrong, or it's all over. It's not interesting anymore. But that's how it works. I think it's be quite interesting because, of course, they've removed what we can see so far. They removed strength and toughness from your model profile, so it's going to be very quick. The way they're going to do it by the look of it.
It sounds like you've got damage and saves. Yeah. That's basically what it looks like, and I think in this particular version it does make a bit of sense. Obviously, we might be wrong. They might change. They might show a bigger data slate with some stuff in it, but I think they've shown what they look like a little bit, so I think that's a fair judgment to go by.
Yeah, exactly.
And then on top of that, obviously, they seem to have different profiles if you're shooting at a vehicle or at personnel.
Yes.
Which obviously would be for using a las cannon or a bolter at something, as
Yeah.
you said,
Yeah.
effectiveness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's where we're going with that.
Yeah.
And of course, they've still got like stratagems, etc. So it looks very interesting. Also, GW are now releasing movement trays as well.
Yes.
Which I quite like the look of, especially if, for instance, you've got like 80 cultists.
Yeah.
Or
Definitely.
like 100 orcs, and you're like, oh, here we go, I've got to move them. So it's nice they're bringing these out that you can put them in, you can move them off, and also the damage is so severe now in the new apocalypse, you can just take the whole trays away.
Yeah. Up for put your reinforcements on.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously they've only got up to 40 mil by the looks of it, which is interesting, I suppose.
Yeah, it does seem almost a bit too extravagant to have a 40 mil.
Yeah.
Considering you might have 10 Terminators. Is it going to take you that long to move 10 Terminators?
Not really, no. They're quite big.
They are quite big.
They're quite big.
Yeah, quite easy.
But I mean, obviously it does help with, because obviously they're saying the spacing's now half an inch for whatever coherency they're using now by the looks of it. So it does help you keep that exactly right.
Yeah.
And I think they'll do that for more of a space reason by the sounds of it, to try and keep as much stuff on the board without taking it too cramped.
Yes. Yeah.
Although, interesting enough, obviously the outside of the movement trays would have some stuff around the outside of it on the grounds that they're played with plastic. So
yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see how it all kind of pans out, really. But so far, I'm quite optimistic and positive about Apocalypse.
I definitely want to have a game. Let's put it that way. So just also before we go on to the last bit, they have announced that all units in the 41st Million have got an index / data sheet.
Will that include Forge World though?
They did say everything in the 41st Millennium.
Okay.
In the video.
Okay,
In the interview video, they said everything, which would make sense. I think they're all downloadable on day one as well. They don't have to buy them.
Yeah. They did
say. It's a very
say.
good thing because obviously they are releasing. I think in the pack. I think it sounds like you get the index book. I'd imagine, or something along those lines. It's probably going to be a massive tome of just data sheet entries to use for the game. So that's
It'd be interesting to see if they do come true on that and everything is released. We'll see.
It would be a shame if they didn't.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of stuff from Forge World that I use definitely, and I think you've got several special units that you would want to have in your Apocalypse game, especially. You know,
definitely.
And obviously with the night stuff happening as well, having all the nights in there as well is going to be good. Obviously, I think this is. I think they're saying it was pre-released on the 29th of June. I think I read.
Yeah.
On the bottom of the last article I saw. So we'll definitely be pre-ordering that.
Definitely.
So it's ready, so we can hopefully find a time to fix.
And of course, they've got the juicy Apocalypse boxes coming out as well. With your extra troops.
Yeah.
So you can pick which faction you want. Probably like us, you guys have probably got more than one army, and then suddenly you're looking at it and you're like, we're Necrons. Oh, Imperial Guard. Oh, Chaos. And you're like, no, I can't afford this much. Oh, Knights. No, stop it. But they all look really nice. I mean, if you've seen them, which one would you prefer to get, really? I'm still kind of looking at them all very kind of like being tempted one way or another, but it's
I'm tempted by the night one. I will admit, I do fancy getting one of the large knights and a couple of armors to round out my stupid collection of walkers.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Renegade Knights might be coming out soon, so I might have to get some to reinforce.
It also depends if that is genuinely all the box sets they're doing, because
there might be more.
There might be more. And
I didn't see a Dark Elder one.
And as a limited edition, it doesn't do them any harm to plough out as many as they can to fill the detachment rolls.
Yeah.
Because they're like selling in detachments, although we did notice that the battalion ones seem to have one less HQ than
Yes, I don't think they necessarily are detachments as such, or maybe they'll be different in Apocalypse.
Yes.
Maybe, like they've said before, with the battalions, with the detachments, you've got one commander, or the highest leadership in the squad becomes a commander of that detachment. So it could be a case of maybe we're wrong. Maybe in Apocalypse, a battalion has only got one HQ. Yeah. Which makes sense, I suppose. If you've got so many HQs, you'd be overrun with HQs everywhere.
As we've never done that before.
No,
we've never had too many HQs.
No, not enough cheats.
No games even swayed on that particular faction.
Not at all. Check our previous games out. They definitely do.
But no, good fun. I think good fun. I'm hoping. I've got a good feeling that at least it'll be a good game to play, and whether you'll be better or worse than playing a larger game of 40k. That obviously stands. We'll have to test that.
Yeah, it's hard work.
Yeah.
Someone has to do it.
To play these games.
Yeah, and we'll do it for you guys.
Yes.
We'll happily play 2 Apocalypse games. And
in a day.
Better day. Well, apparently you can.
Well,
with the
yeah,
new
I
rules.
mean, the new one maybe. I mean, the old one, we know that's not actually feasible. Well, actually, no, it is. We have
We
done it.
can do a
We do
apocalypse
do
in
the
one day.
We do.
But yeah, maybe we can.
Just
We'll see. We got anything else, Thomas?
No, I think.
I think we've pretty much got everything.
I think we're
If
covered.
there's any more like really big news that comes out, we'll of course update you all. If you haven't already, please like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram.
Press that bell button.
Yeah, press the bell button. Make sure you give us a review on Facebook. More reviews the better, of course. And thank you very much for watching and your support. This is Dom.
And Tom.
BlackToad Studios.